I think that really what we enjoy are smaller projects that act as laboratories for experimentation. And we do that quite often. And so this collaboration with Dave made perfect sense. We were going to use it as a way to continue to push this idea that we wanted it at the end to feel very much handcrafted, but it had to have the precision of something that was completely generated by technology. Dave challenged this idea that he wanted this to feel like we took wood, but we incorporated softness. So the wood cloud, but then there's this idea that we actually take the cabinetry and surround it with a jacket. And then all inside, that becomes this kind of ultra matte white for both the cabinetry and the counters. So what's interesting is this idea that you would have a free-form piece against an orthogonal piece, and then once just by intuition you sketch the free-form piece, then we take it into the computer, and then it's about rationalizing the shape. And it seems easy to do the curves, but actually there are good curves and not so good curves, and trying to push and pull to get the right curve. Then we handed it to Lubo with all of the various pieces described very, very precisely. And then it's interesting that as much as you can try to do that perfectly, the hand can only do it to a certain level of precision. And I love that imprecision of the hand. So it takes it out of the machine aesthetic and makes it something else. And it has a very beautiful, imperfect, perfect.
The cloud is a wooden element. It's suspended above the kitchen, and it illuminates the kitchen below. Each piece is made out of 6 layers of wood strips, and they are glued and brad nailed together. In the end, really, the biggest challenge is putting it together, because it's 16 different pieces that you need to come together in a loop. Right now, there's 4 of us working on the cloud project. We've already glued up all the pieces. We moved them to Pierre and Coraline's workshop, and we are in the process of assembling them, bolting them together, grinding and sanding, and finishing.
Often I'm working with texturing wood, working with wood grain as subject matter, and creating a texture on wood that's related to the material itself. So in this case, I used a kind of linear grain pattern to texture the walls and create a kind of hyper-real, hyper-material effect. For the island panels, I used reclaimed hemlock from an aircraft hangar. I used my CNC machine to route a deep groove that shows the monolithic quality of the wooden blocks, as well as showing the grain in an interesting intersection. The groove also serves a functional role as a footrest for seating at the island. Burning wood is an ancient technique. It's been used since people were sticking sticks in the fire to sharpen them. It has a hardening as well as insect proofing and general densification of the wooden surface. It's just fascinating also to burn wood, and it's a natural process used in a very controlled way. It exaggerates the qualities of the wood itself, and that's what I find really interesting.
So with regard to the cabinetry, the finish is very important to Siamak, and so we developed a super matte white finish, which is a very fine complement to the sanded matte Corian top that he favors. The next important detail was the height of the cabinets, and we'd never built cabinets at 10 feet before. And it really does push the limits of the material that's available, but they really give a very grand and substantial feel to the kitchen, and very simple with the full height doors with the integrated pulls. Contrasting with the simple white slab fronts with integrated pull are the beautiful, luxurious walnut interiors, which feature quite a number of solid wood dovetail drawers also in the walnut. And I think that contrast between the luxurious natural wood inside and the very simple and beautiful matte white finish on the outside is really one of the lovely things about the booth. In the end, if there was one concept that drove this collaboration, it was really this idea of creativity and of exploring the natural beauty of the materials. For me, the most rewarding part of this project was really the spirit of collaboration and cooperation that permeated the entire project. Siamak was really quite wonderful, and I really want to thank him for his inspiration, his creativity, the warmth that he brought to the project. And likewise, everyone here at IDS15 and all our supporting partners and suppliers. And it really was a great team of people working together in a really amazing way that was able to pull this sketch, this idea, this dream, if you will, into really what I think is quite a remarkable reality.